What's it?
Stuff's a little lighter this time than last time. Did you recognize that? Happier?
Yeah, it was nicer. I mean, it was just, very imaginative stuff.
He had the poem he won the contest with. He wrote shortly after breakup, and the boy threatened to commit suicide when he broke up with him. And so he had a lot of emotions, and so his writing was a little darker during that time.
I thought it was great. I mean, actually, as soon as everybody, the judges had gone outside and they were making their decision, I kind of snuck out there and I said, I'd suggest him. That's what I told them. To put, if you make your choices, that's who I would suggest. I kind of threw in a little suggestion there, but they chose on their own merits there. Yeah, if you guys want to get a drink or whatever, I'm having a $75 tab for all the performers. Since you're a performer, if you want to grab like a lemonade or something, feel free.
Thank you. We got it. Thank you so much.
That's what it's
That one doesn't put off
You can go ahead and go if you want to. Yeah, we'll just let everybody. All right, well, we got Kingsley back. If you guys want to settle down a little bit, feel free to warm up with these nice heaters. And Kingsley is going to perform for us right now, so give him a round of applause.
Hi. My name is Kingsley. Jamaican, living in the United States 27 years. Beautiful place, beautiful country. Here we go. First piece is titled Unconnected. Where you find pleasure, I may find discontent. Where you find happiness, I may find sorrow. Where you find comfort, I may find sadness. Where you find joy, I may find pain. Where you find freedom, I may find limitation. Whatever our thirst or quest for life is, we are one creation. Stay connected. Second read is The Lost Penny. I fell from a merchant's socks into the road one day. I was a wanted penny, even with little value. I was among other coins, sitting in a wooden-like shell they called piggy bank. Other members of the coin family were there too. Even then I was the smallest, but still felt wanted. Till that day, I felt penniless. I was repeatedly run over by cars and trucks, kicked around and stepped on by humans. I kept wishing that I wasn't this small and with just penny value. One rainy afternoon in June, the rain poured so heavily. I was washed down the drain and into the sewer. There I lay for many days and years, without being run over, stepped on, kicked around, sinking into the ground, without the hope of being found. Still I remain the lost penny. Okay, third piece. Just a penny's worth. For days, years, and decades I've been in the sewer. I thought for certain I would not be found. Hope came to my rescue by the downpour of yesterday's rain, rolling, pushing, and shoving by the roaring, thick, muddy water through a narrow drain. Once again I was out in the open, and on a beach, and then into the public where I first began. When I was brand new and shiny, I was wanted, loved, pass around from hand to pockets. Even for a while, I was locked away in a safe place with a lot of protection, transported around in an armored vehicle with heavily armed guards. Though I'm inaugurated, I'm still the least in value, often getting called up from time to time. One thing for sure, there I was protected, even when there were no armed guards. My shiny color changes from glossy copper to dingy, mossy green, and I would still be traveling around in pockets. Purses, Gucci, Big Buddha, Millie Bianca, Casey, your expensive cars and trucks. There is always a smile on my face, a smile with confidence that never can be replaced. Engraved in me are these three words for my protection: in God we trust. My value will never change. I will forever be wanted. A penny's worth for more than just a penny's worth. Victoriously, I emerged from the struggle. Because of ignorance, the enemy jeered and giggled. Spearheaded by integrity, my inmost being conquered and suffocated the negative syndrome that had pressed me down. As I channeled through the past, astonishingly, my spirit lifted me extensively from vanity, carefully prepared my prosperity. In this ever-changing world where the clock keeps on ticking, players keep on playing and hungry ones keep dying, I see evidence of graves and tombstones for miles and miles and miles, while they parade and campaign with lies. A mouth full of mumbo-jumbo, meaningless, colorless words of empty phrases they utter. The homeless and the unfortunate roam the streets in search for food, which is the stuff of life. The poor drink their water from dirty gutters. If the players had heart, they would get down to the nitty-gritty, understanding the true meaning of life, so that every living being can claim victory. While we sit and wait for that day to come, there will be more and more atrocities. What a calamity. We built your house. You govern from within. We built the schools, yet the books are hidden. You rewarded our children with graveyard penitentiary. This fairy tale about your tainted togetherness is nothing but ism and schism. And while we sit and wait for that day to come, there will be more and more atrocities. What a calamity.
Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Thanks for coming out here, Kingsley, and performing. Our other musician is still not here, it looks like. So I think what we'll do is go ahead and kick off with possibly if Ken Jones wants to go ahead and come up and do his poetry and Bongo's act, that'll be fine. So come on up here and have some fun. This is Ken Jones and Friends, part of the group, but it'll be fun. Ken Jones and a friend.
Welcome to the Last Concert Cafe. It's one of my favorite places in the world. I usually smoke pot out on the outside patio when I can. My first intent, is this being taped? Okay, cannabis is legal in 9 states now, motherfucker. All right. On another note, this is one of my favorite places. I usually perform outside when it's not so cold, but I've got my buddy here, Big John's going to bang on some bongos, and I'm going to read from a manuscript that I'm going to give to the Dustin Pickering Memorial Relief Fund tonight, which is what I call it every time I read with Dustin. So he put out one of my books about 4 years ago called Mr. Karma, and we did some readings around Houston and Austin, and Dustin's a really great guy, and he's an excellent poet. I don't know if you guys have been following him online at all, but he's been doing some things in the Huffington Post, and he's got some contacts over in India where he's publishing a lot of excellent writers, and he really does some great work for poets internationally and online. And so without him, this event wouldn't be happening. So when he gets back, we'll give him a round of applause, since he can't hear it right now, can he? All right. Who knows? But I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to start. Let the ritual begin. Life. Expectancy. Creatures great and small all feel Earth's cold and heat. Inhale the atmosphere, adapt to persevere. This bitter weather throws us all together. Hi, happy birthday or whatever. You're cute. That's why I should never cuss during my readings. At least not before midnight. Natural structure. Cave walls who soak hot earth air. Piteous. Hard ground who cracks in dry caverns. Piteous. Gnarled trees who heave spastic epithets. Piteous. Raging rivers who hand-maiden disease. Piteous. We created steel and concrete enclaves to fight you. We molded wood and porcelain floors to fight you. We planted pure and hybrid yields to fight you. We boiled and sterilized threatening life to fight you. Pity the stupidity of this creature, human, who creates a world beyond what nature can. And now is the chance to clap in honor of Dustin Pickering and Transcendent Zero Press. Thank you, Dustin. All right, and he missed the part about me donating this to the Dustin Pickering Memorial Relief Fund. So we did. Well, we're doing it again. All right.
It's to relieve me of my memorial.
Yes, exactly. Oh, let's see what I'm going to go next. Where am I going to go? We do have children present, so that limits my... The established couple. As solitary as a nun's DNA, we kneel in these putrid pews. Out of habit, nude, as two tropical castaways bored with each other's company. We know all we need to know, and so we act blank, uncomfortably stuck in love's elevator, a long drop from the top, or any heavenly reach. Your hand's touch makes my flesh retch and twitch in undulating repulsion. You are sick of it, you say, so you too pee-pee in the pew and stain the hymnal with frustration. Planned obsolescence, where fear and nature are an attractive pair. Breathe air. where senses, essences are perpetually spent, exhale there. Peacefully believe in abstract care. Here is not where the machine engine of human anatomy breaks. And this is for one of my college professors. Knowledgeable idiots. The pedagogue pores over ancient texts, preserved detritus to dissect. The hand-scratched echoes of vocalizations become visual representations molded through repetition into unilateral and utilitarian constellations of descriptions and abstractions. Whoa. 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 So, these little letters, bloated with significance, become his or her, not to be sexist, obsession. To the point of proudly yielding relevance to only his or her inspection. This expert, reveling in the greatest thrill to possess flouting erudition he or she forgot to process. This one's about anger, Big John. Can you give me some anger on that bongo? Or where the hell is it? What is that thing? Anger! Yeah, give me something angry. And don't try this at home, kids. Obey your parents and don't be angry. A hungry anger. My anger is a hard thing. Touch it. Watch it stiffen, then expand as a battering ram or power drill, probing a hole into a kill. Electric, shrill. The metal is your flesh's rended tendons, shards and sparks, your ego. Fragmented in the hollow leftover hole where my angers cram, slam, repeatedly, rhythmically. You who say you are and I, and who am I, a jumble. Like an edible product's ingredient list. Eat my anger and briefly deify a sliver of my energy for eternity. Feel it. It is a hard thing and means to beat you till it wins. Crankcase.